Shopware PWA and the happy path to local development. This is the talk that Maciej from Vue Storefront will give you. I apologize, I might have mispronounced your name completely. I even had to look it up in a YouTube video to figure out how to say it, and then all the comments said, no, this is not how you say it. So, sorry for that. Anyways, Maciej will be showing you how Shopware PWA actually works, give you a bit of an overview, and then he will also live in the video connect it to the local development instance and show you how it all works and connects. So, I give you Maciej from Vue Storefront. Have fun.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Vue Storefront Summit 2021. Now it's time for Shopware PWA. I'm Maciej Kucmus and I've been co-working the Shopware PWA project since the very beginning, but I'm not that old. The project has only 1 year and a half, so it's not that bad. I'm going to present you today the way that we are dealing with the project in order to have the whole Shopware 6 and Shopware PWA stack locally in just a few minutes. But before I start, I need to explain what the project actually is, tell a little bit about the current status, and reveal some spoilers, maybe. So let's start our journey. What is Shopware PWA? Many of you may have heard about Shopware PWA. Most of you know the Shopware e-commerce platform, but for those who don't know it yet, here's a few crucial information you just need to know to get better understanding what comes next. The project is a Next-based PWA client tailored only for Shopware 6 e-commerce platform, well known in Germany and well known in German-speaking countries, but not only. The both projects are spreading rapidly and take them part of the e-commerce ecosystem, not only in the German-speaking countries, but it's getting more famous in other places all over the world. And it's a fruit of cooperation between us and Shopware AG. We spent a lot of time to design the architecture and rethink many solutions that can be implemented in the project, but we weren't be at this place without the community, which gives us new ideas, many proposals, even more support. And thanks to this, we've got new energy in every day. So thank you from this place, guys. You are awesome. And now a little insight of what Shopware PWA architecture looks like. It's more for, I don't know, diagrams lovers. We can imagine the Shopware PWA as a Next.js-based project generated using some kind of CLI. The CLI can generate the project and do all the boring stuff with the project for us. Boring means copying files, override the components, synchronize things between front-end and backend, and so on. That tool will generate the Next.js project with pre-installed module that combines all the things needed to run Shopware PWA with almost zero configuration in just a few minutes. This diagram shows what components are included in the Next module. So we've got the Shopware 6 client, which is responsible for making the API requests, helpers that can be useful for transforming the upcoming responses. Commons package is to keep the interfaces and maybe helpers that can be used in other packages. And finally, composables, which contain the logic and help to share the state between the components with the within the entire Next project. I almost forgot to mention about the default theme, which is our actual theme. So it's pre-configured and it just uses the composables, composition API to present the shop. It's ready for handling the customer's journey. Yeah, the beta does not mean not ready to use. At this point, I can tell you a fact. You don't need a project to be labeled as a stable to run your shop. It really depends on your needs, on your business scale, and what you can do with Shopware PWA or Vue or Next application itself. So sky is the limit. I know many companies that already have started working on the project using Shopware PWA. Some of them is going to finish soon. The great example that comes to my mind is the Vintageria.it. Guys from the company that's responsible for developing the shop started working in a really early stage of the project, when we weren't sure if someone could have even love it in some way, but they did. So don't be scared. We are in a point just a step before being stable. So the best will come really soon. So we've got the status here, and what comes next. That's the project status, what we've got at this moment on the left. You can run your shop using default theme. It's Storefront UI based. You can see what the Storefront UI is on the official documentation. You can see what components can you use. Yeah, so you can browse the catalog, finish your shopping. The project obviously can be customized. You can override almost every component and every part of the application, even it's not available under our beautiful CLI tool. If you find any place that cannot be replaced or overridden, just tell us. We can do something about this. So on the right, we've got what comes next. We want to be up to date with the upcoming really big release of Shopware 6. So expect the Shopware PWA will support the version 6.4 as well. And that version will be containing a feature which just kicks asses, really. Product cart will be built completely, can be built completely using only CMS blocks. So no more boring static product pages, not here. Another cool thing is the performance we decided to benchmark and fix for good. So get ready for the green colors with most of tests and benchmarks. And yeah, we also noticed that the simpler the project is, the easier the developer can adjust it for its needs, the better. To summarize all the things that happens now, we just polishing the project to have this well-known and lovely label stable as well. Okay, cool. Finally, not only talking, let's prepare our environment locally. Yeah, before I start, I need to change my seat to something more comfortable.
Let's get to work. So here are the requirements you have to have on your local environment to run both projects. And the Docker Compose, Node.js, and Yarn or NPM as a package manager are always good to have. I prepare a Docker Compose file containing the showed YAML. The most important things are the version, mounted volumes, and the port where our Shopware 6 will be accessible locally. I recommend you to use the default values for the first time. Okay, so let's see it in action. we are executing the Docker Compose app. We are waiting to see the confirmation that everything is okay. Woohoo! Dockware is ready. Okay, so it's a good time to say something more about the Dockware. It's a project. It's open source that allows you to use the ready-to-use one image Shopware 6 instances at the dockware.io. You can find the more options you would like to have. And yeah, I encourage you to try it out by yourself. Okay, so once we've got the Dockware up and running, we can see the admin panel if it's available. So yeah, I'm pre-logged in the previous session. So the default credentials are admin and the password is the Shopware. We can log in and yes, it's done. We've got fully working Shopware 6 instance locally. And now it's time to wake it up for Shopware PWA. So in order to do that, we need to install the dedicated Shopware 6 plugin made by Dominic Klein from Shopware, and he's also a core member of the Shopware PWA. We can install the Shopware plugin in two different ways. We can clone it locally in the code or just upload it via admin panel. I choose the second option. So I need to install it again. Okay. So I need to ensure I've got the fresh copy of the Shopware 6. And yes, there is no Shopware PWA plugin here. I'm uploading the plugin again. I'm waiting to be uploaded. Okay, so now we are installing the plugin and activate it. We've got the success notification and we can go to the sales channel access, sales channel configuration to get the access key that will be used by Shopware PWA in almost in every request. So yeah, we'll get it here. Okay, so now it's time for the Shopware PWA installation. We are going to utilize the Shopware PWA CLI tool, which allows us to init the project with just one command. I'm creating a folder and using the command. I'm using the Canary version to be sure that everything is up to date. We will be asked for some questions, and after answering, localhost is our local instance previously installed using the Dockware. Now it's time to copy the API access key. And we need to pick up the version we want to use. I'm using the latest table. And now the Nux is being installed and configured with our next module tailored for Shopware PWA. Once it's installed, we can synchronize backend and frontend. So yeah, I use the default credentials, admin and shopware as admin username. And yeah, another thing, and it's the last thing we need to do, it's to edit the config file, which is being generated as well, to point the host we like to run our Shopware PWA. So in our case, it's the local host as well. Okay. Now we are going to refresh the domains configuration, which means the available languages and the translation snippets. It can take some time. Okay, admin and shopware as a password, and the domains are refreshed to be sure we can see what's inside this file. If it's not empty, everything works well. Great. So the last thing is to run yarn dev and see what happens. It can take some time, and maybe I can explain what's inside the Shopware PWA plugin made by Dominic Klein. It's a page resolver that helps to resolve the dynamic content coming from the CMS pages. So now we can resolve the CMS pages, and it's being hydrated on the fly. We don't need to hydrate any data asynchronously. We are getting it as a response and just map the JSON into ready to use Vue components. Okay. We need to wait a little bit more. Great. Looks like it works pretty well. No errors. We can browse our catalog, add product to cart. Yeah, go to checkout. And just start working on the project. Great. Yeah, what else you can do about the project? Many more. Just see the details in our official documentation available under this link. And don't forget to leave your feedback. I hope you like it and you are going to start using it soon. Thanks for being here with me. Have a good start with Shopware PWA. Goodbye.